Hi, Sandy. Good to hear from you. So, we're going to focus on the year ahead. So, I've pulled a couple of things. I feel like 2025 is going to be a pretty big year for most of us. I feel like if you have a lot of issues that you're resolving towards the end of this year, I feel like through probably like March, April time, I feel like that's when you're going to start to see some breakthroughs. They're highlighting August for me, that there's something going on in August, specifically the 8th or the 9th is significant. And then November is going to be a big month for you. So let's see what we've got for tarot messages for you. What does she need to see? All right, regeneration. So you mentioned that you're dealing with a cold. I feel like you definitely need some rest right now. So hopefully you get some of that over the weekend. But whatever you're dealing with right now, it says stand firm in the eye of the storm. So this is so weird. So this morning before I woke up, I was in a dream where I was someplace and the wind was really crazy and trees were being knocked over into power lines. And then I'm looking at your first card and there's trees that are blowing around. So, I mean, I know you told me you live in Oklahoma. Hopefully you're not dealing with like a bunch of tornadoes and stuff still. I don't know what's your like peak season for that or whatever, but flexibility is going to be a big thing for you in 2025, no matter what you're dealing with. Just remember that if you learn to sway or you learn to bend, you won't break. So remain flexible in whatever is happening, because I feel like if you're flexible, that allows change to come in that doesn't destroy things, right? It makes it easier. Strange that that's what I'm picking up for you, but that's very strong energy coming through. All right, your next card is a free spirit. Your inner wild child awakens. I really feel like your spiritual gifts are going to start to amplify, and I feel like most of ours are. And I feel like you need to just be your unique self, and that you need to honor all of the inner magic that we all have. I feel like you need to start just being more true to what you really want out of life, and I think that this year is going to actually have that happen for you. A focus on home and family is definitely something that's going to be a focal point for you in the coming year. I feel like, so Cancer, and I don't know what your placements are, but Cancer is a sign that's all about like home and family, very nurturing energy. And I feel like you're going to do something that protects that. They're giving me the word integrity of your home. Strange. There's a lot of things that I feel like have to do with like structure for you in 2025, whether that's maybe like reinforcing something in your home, updating something, beautifying the home, but focusing on things that have to do with home itself. That could be that you move to a new space and maybe you're decorating. That could be that maybe you're renovating something in your current place that you live. It could be that you're strengthening bonds with the people in your home at this time. And I feel like there's this sense of like a lot of love and empathy. Like it's really comforting feeling that I'm picking up for the home card. And Sun and Gemini, communications. Hone your negotiation and relationship skills. This is all about communication. And so I feel like once Mercury goes direct on the 15th, we also, ironically, the full moon is in Gemini, and there is they call it the Geminide meteor storm happening, what is it? I want to say it's like the 13th and 14th or 14th and 15th. I'd have to look that one up to give you specific dates. But the meteors, I always feel like they're so spectacular because you have to be in exactly the right place at exactly the right time, looking in the right spot to see like shooting stars. And so I've always felt like that's super magical. So if you're able to see that, I feel like you should definitely try and watch it and wish on some of those things, because I feel like it's some magical energy. We just had the 12/12 portal yesterday. That stays open until like the 12th of January. So you have some time to like manifest some new things for the new year. The energy is like at completion, right? Because there's 12 zodiac signs, and so that is the completion of something that you've been working towards. So I feel like from now until like the middle of January, you're working on completing some things, ironing out some details, tying up some loose ends, and I feel like you're going to be able to find your voice and communicate these things. I also feel like where work is related, that you might be negotiating either a new contract, better pay, just a lot of things that like need to be discussed. I feel like discussion is a big part of it. Let's see if there's anything else. There could also be something with like broadcasting or communication related work, PR, legal, broadcasting, news and media. Like there could be some things going on with that as well. But I do think that you might even have potential for like a new job prospect coming in. So just keep that in the back of your mind. There could be some sort of advancement there, but I feel like you're going to have to negotiate a contract. You're going to have to negotiate your pay. So make sure that you know what you want and don't settle for less. That's super important. All right, let's see what we've got going on for you in the next 12 months. I'm going to pull one card for each month. Then I'm going to include some love and some signs to not ignore. So let's see what Sandy got going on for 2025. It's always so weird to me, like we're so close to 1 year closing and a new one starting. I don't know. I always think it's kind of magical personally. What does she need to see for the next 12 months? Show me 12 cards for the next 12 months. Make sure my deck's not upside down. All right. Ooh, okay. So Spirit is telling you that there's something that is kind of an illusion, a distraction. I feel like you may kind of feel like you're drowning in emotions sometimes. Lots of just confusion. But the good news is that by February, the confusion turns into enlightenment. So in January, I feel like there's something that is exposed. There's some sort of illusion that's revealed so that you aren't in this situation where you don't have all the answers that you need. So I feel like in January, it's almost like a mystery is revealed, or anything that's hidden is revealed to you in January. In February, you get the clarity that you need. There's some sort of breakthrough, creativity, really like clarity. Where there was confusion, that's removed. So by February, we have some clarity coming in. It could also be that you're brainstorming. I feel like you're kind of untangling a little bit of a mess. Maybe it's how you think about a situation, and I feel like Spirit kind of gives you an answer that it's the breakthrough that you need to see the truth for what it is so that you're able to make some changes. In March, I feel like you are walking away from something, and I've told you this before. I feel like you're going to come to a conclusion that you're finally letting go of who and what doesn't serve your highest good and choosing a new path, which is choosing yourself. And so this is collateral damage. It can't be fixed. There's no resolution. And so you've decided to just leave it behind you and go towards something else. And that comes out with the home card. So there's something that you're leaving behind. Maybe it's that you're moving physically. Again, the structural stuff, the winds. I'm really hoping that you're not hit by any sort of destructive weather or anything. But I feel like if anything like that does happen, that it's actually going to be a blessing in disguise. So yes, it might suck temporarily, but I do feel like you could be moving homes or leaving relationships that don't serve you behind in about March, April timeframe, which is what I was channeling before I pulled the card. So I love it when Spirit confirms things. All right, you're moving on to bigger and better things. So inheritance, working towards building a legacy, a lump sum like a lottery win. Could be a job that comes out with the communications card. But I do feel like if you're able to negotiate what it is that you want, it's going to pay off significantly, like more than you could ever dream of. You would never have to worry about finances again. The 10 of Pentacles is like a life of luxury. And so I feel like that could be something that you're working towards. They're telling me like a payout of some kind that could come through the courts. Could be an inheritance, could be like a settlement or something too, and that would be about April. So something interesting happening in April. All right, in May, we have this need to rest. It's spring, so it's like we've got to rest before we can emerge transformed and brand new. Lots of battles going on previous to this, I feel like, and so we're just kind of exhausted. We need more time to rest, so use that to your advantage. Make sure that you are resting accordingly. Make sure that you don't push yourself past the point of burnout, because it's really, really hard to recover. I also feel like there could be recovery from some sort of injury, illness, or surgery for somebody. Let's see what else. And healing. I feel like there's some healing going on in May. So the card before that would be the Three of Swords, which is all about heartbreak, pain, grief, and loss. And so I feel like come May, you're working on healing and resting. So that's good. In, let's see, June, there's a reason to celebrate. So June could be a significant month for happy, positive celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, and celebrating some really good news coming in. So we love that. In July, you're working on your finances. You are more grounded in this energy. You're working on maybe mentoring others in something that you do. I get the sense that you have the knack for being able to teach people something. So I feel like you're going to be called to use that in some capacity, whether you train somebody at work, whether you're teaching somebody how to do a hobby, but I feel like there's some element of you being a mentor here. The other thing with the Queen of Coins is she knows what she brings to the table, and she knows she doesn't have to settle. Like, she's built her own empire. She doesn't need somebody, but if she chooses you, that is very significant. And I feel like you're working towards stability in your own finances. This also would come out with the Home card and the Eight of Cups of leaving something behind. So I feel like you're going to be prosperous by about summertime on your own, should you choose to walk away from something that has to do with your home life, whether it's a relationship or otherwise, whether it's like you just move out but you're still married, I don't know, but whatever happens to work is going to be like a positive change for you. So I feel like you have to come to the conclusion, you have to get out of this state of confusion and get the breakthrough, and then things just start to kind of align for you to make choices that work best for you. All right, July, August, we have the Three of Coins. So you may need to collaborate well with others. The teamwork makes the dream work. I feel like there could be a partnership that you are entering into to some capacity. It could be at work. It could be like a group project. Could also be that you're collaborating with source energy to really make giant strides in your life to actually be really successful. And that one comes out with the Ten of Coins, the negotiation card. So I feel like this will benefit you in future generations. And I don't know if you have kids or anything, but in the Ten of Coins, there's a whole family there. So like kids, grandkids, and I feel like these two people have built this empire that benefits their kids' kids, and it just keeps going. So, that's weird. I haven't noticed that before. I do feel like there is this element of like an older generation that might leave behind something for the family. Again, like an inheritance, which is what this card symbolizes. And I feel like it's a positive change. I feel like it's a celebration. Like everybody in this card is extremely happy. And the older couple in the card realizes that they did all this hard work and it benefits everybody, like not just them, but that's what they did it for, right? They did all the hard work to give their kids and their kids' kids an easier chance at life. So I feel like something's really going to pay off for you this year in 2025. But you're going to also have to work well with others for the achievements to actually play out. So like come August, I feel like there's some sort of need to work well with others. All right, in September, Spirit's asking you to remember how to have fun. The Page of Wands is seen as very carefree spirit, somebody who is kind of, just out there living life. And I feel like that might be you come September, that you're just celebrating life. You're just living, you're enjoying things. There's not a lot of stress or worry in your life, and that it's just fun. And this energy is usually seen as kind of immature, kind of reckless. So don't make a bunch of reckless choices at that time. But I feel like you're gonna get to enjoy things, explore have some time to discover new things about yourself, and just really have like that childlike mentality and wonder about life again. So that's interesting. The Knight of Swords in October. So there's a place that either you or somebody around you is going to need to take action and find your courage to face your fears. I feel like some of the fear comes from the unknown, but I'm not seeing a lot of reasons to really have fear at this time. So I feel like October is going to be kind of a month of taking action for you, being that free spirit, jumping on opportunities that work for you, that are good for you, and it gives you a reason to celebrate. It's like you're not going to question why you're doing these things anymore. You're just going to jump in and do the things that you feel you need to accomplish in October. So that's interesting. October could be another big month for you. In November, we have Judgment. So there could be like a court case that you're dealing with. Judgment's about a change of perspective, karma being dealt to restore the balance. And so it's like time's up. Spirit's kind of pulling the rug out from under you at this point, going, nope, it's shit or get off the pot. So in November, I feel like there's a big change that comes in for you. But I do think that this leads to a new beginning, because your final card is the Fool. And the Fool tells us that we need to trust the divine, that when the time is right, we'll be nudged out of our comfort zone to take a leap of faith in a new direction. And so I get the sense that you're moving to bigger and better things. What's funny is, not that it'll show up real good, in the shadowy part of the card up here, there's like a castle, and that's what she's looking at. So I feel like you are either going to move to a like bigger, better house by the end of this next year. There could be like money coming to you from an inheritance, a court case, a new job. But I don't see any sort of like coupled up energy so far in your reading. So we're going to pull Love 2 to see. So far, it looks like 2025 is going to be a year for you to be in solitary energy, working on you, which is interesting. The only card that has any more than one person in it that could have anything to do with that is the Ten of Coins. But I feel like this is an older generation. I don't feel like it's you necessarily. All right, let's see what we have for love. Deck's all goofed up. I've been using a lot of different decks lately, and so they're all turned around and backwards and goofy. Okay, well, that's funny. So the first three cards in my hand are Passion, Cupid's Arrow, and Wedding Rings. Okay, then we have Heartbroken, Mirror, and Grim Reaper. We have Lightning and Dragonfly. Okay, so I do feel like you are going to be meeting somebody that you have a lot of chemistry with in 2025. I do feel like this person is going to be better than what you expected, but I feel like it also comes with some hesitation. But it could also lead to marriage in the future. This could also be that you are rekindling some sort of romance between you and your existing partner. But I strongly feel like it's going to come to an end, because we have the Grim Reaper out here. And this is talking about there's no second chances, it's collateral damage, that it has to end, and it's got to come to like an abrupt end, which we have Lightning out here, which talks about sudden changes. It's like a tower moment. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of shadow work in 2025 and really working through some issues. And I feel like you're overcoming the heartbreak, but it's going to take some time. So I do feel like you might meet somebody, but I'm not sure that you're 100% ready for it when you meet them. I feel like you're going through a bit of an evolution first, you know, the healing journey that you need to release what you need to. And then there's this, you know, reminiscent energy of really missing somebody. And it could also be some sort of loss that you experience. And I hope not, because I hate that for anybody. But I do feel like there's a lot of nostalgia for maybe people that you've already lost. And so that might resurface for you as well. And then we have the Heart with the Key. So you could be meeting, you know, the soulmate or whoever's supposed to be coming in for you in 2025. I'm going to pull a couple more of these. Is she going to meet the soulmate in 2025? Ooh, we have the runner and feeling like we're not enough. So you're going to be working through some issues that cause you to want to run from love. You're also going to be working through some fear and ego issues and self-sabotaging and lack of confidence. So those are going to be some shadow work things that are going to be triggered for you to work through. But I feel like it's going to get you to this person that you're really supposed to be with. Let's see. Yep, and it's going to happen in a while. It's going to take some time, so divine timing, because you have some healing that you have to do in order to get you to the unconditional love that you're working for. Okay, let's get you some signs. Maybe if I could shuffle today. Story of my life right now. I put them backwards. All right, show me the signs for Sandy. What does Sandy need to see for 2025? Signs to not ignore for Sandy in 2025. Ooh, love that. You are going to elevate though, so there's some major changes ahead for you so you can go forward in a new direction. So ascension and new timelines. How do we get there? Well, we've got to do the hard work in order to process through what's not working. Crush. I love that. So I do feel like you're either going to have the crush or somebody has a crush on you. Somebody is going to express that because Cupid's arrow is out here as well. And Spirit wants you to find the silver lining in a bad situation. So again, I feel like there is some changes coming from like March, April, and like November, December are some major changes coming for you. But remember that it's going to help you elevate. We have the key at the bottom of the deck, movement. Okay, so I feel like March, April, you could be moving houses, jobs, relationship, entering a new phase, and there will be communication. So somebody's going to speak up about how they feel, good or bad. And they just need to say it, whether it's you or whether it's them. Any other signs for Sandy for the next year? Falling. So once something's broken, it can't always be fixed. So like Humpty Dumpty, you crack an egg, you can't piece it back together. And so I feel like there is collateral damage that happens somewhere. I'm not saying it's 100% with your marriage that you're in, but it's somewhere in your life that you're going to be dealing with a lot of heartbreak. You're going to be dealing with things that are broken that can't be fixed. And so it's time to cut your losses somewhere. What else? Exciting times ahead. So we're going to let go of the painful stuff to get to the good stuff. What else does she need to see? Let go of people who are disrespectful, rude, no manners, yelling, insults, and public humiliation. The trash needs to go out of your life because that's how you're going to elevate. You're going to cut ties with all the gross stuff in your life. What else? Ooh, yep, you're going to cut them off, the ice cube. So giving someone the cold shoulder, icing them out of your life. Cutoff game is very strong. It needs to be, I feel like, with whoever this happens to be or whatever it happens to be. But they'll be seeking your attention. So I feel like judgment kind of comes to rectify the situation and make things right, make things more balanced. I feel like that's going to happen towards the end of the year around November. And the Uno reverse. So big turnarounds are coming for you towards the end of 2025. Changes and a start over comes out with the Fool card going towards the dream team. Love that. So a perfect fit and a winning combination. Spirit says it's time to cut the cords with what doesn't serve you because you're about to have, holy shit, a magnetic attraction with the person you're supposed to be. We also have the wedding ring card. So by the end of 2025, I do think that you're going to be with somebody new, committed, next level love, and a promise of forever. The melody, creating a pleasing sound and singing it out loud. I do think that the ex will try and stalk you though in some way, shape, or form, so use precautions. But there will definitely be some messages back and forth. whether it's text, phone call, email, face-to-face, telepathic, spiritual, whatever, there's going to be communication. And somebody wants to know, what are we? What are we doing? Are we going to label this? And I feel like you're going to want to. You're just going to be a little worried about spying eyes. So, that block button is your best friend when you need it to be. I do feel like there could be the need for like some legal paperwork, divorce, separation, maybe even a restraining order if it comes to it. Let's see, that you will be moving. You will be traveling away from the chaos and finding your peace. You're letting go of the collateral damage. It's time to finally let it go. Your guard's going to be up for a little while. That's why the shadow work is needed. That's going to help you to not overthink the next person that comes in. Leads to union. Wedding rings, crush. Where's the other one? Magnetic attraction, commitment, Two of Cups. Yeah. So I think 2025 is going to be the year that your person actually finally comes in. So I feel like you are going to be tying up loose ends, doing the work on yourself, separating yourself from what's not serving you. And because you're doing that, it opens up doors for this new person to come in. I feel like money's going to be better, love's going to be better, your home life's going to be better. Like everything, I feel like, is just going to kind of literally Uno reverse and shift for the better for you in 2025. Love that. So let me know how it goes throughout the year. If you meet a certain someone and things really improve, I want to know. I want to celebrate the positive too. So it really does look like a happy, really positive change for your love life. Two of Cups, commitment, wedding rings. So if that's something that you really want, is to be with your forever soulmate, I feel like that is 100% coming in 2025. 3 different decks. I shuffle on camera, all 3 of them. So have a good rest of your week. We'll see you soon.